Hello everyone. In continuity of our previous lecture where we have started the textual analysis of scene first of act fourth, as you can see on the screen, and in that lecture we have discussed that Macbeth, when feels tormented about his future and his safety and the security of his kingdom, he wished to meet those three witches again. So when Macbeth had the second meeting with those three witches, these witches made few prophecies about Macbeth's future. And the first prophecy was that they warned Macbeth, or they gave warning to Macbeth that he should be aware of Macduff. So in this way, these witches suggested Macbeth that Macduff is a kind of threat or danger for Macbeth, and Macbeth also thanked those witches for this prophecy because he also feels that Macduff is a kind of threat for him. The second prophecy was that Macbeth cannot be killed by any man or person who is born from a woman's womb. In this way, this gave a kind of eternal confidence to Macbeth that now he cannot be killed by anyone, because it is a general process for the birth of any man. So in this way, now Macbeth feels a kind of safety for his life and also for his kingdom. The third prophecy was that Macbeth cannot be defeated until the Birnam Wood move to Dunsinane Hill. Means Birnam Wood is a name of a forest which is near to the king's palace, and Dunsinane Hill is the place where the king's castle is situated. So in this way, this prophecy means that if the forest of Birnam would move itself to Dunsinane Hill, then only Macbeth can be defeated. So this also gave Macbeth more confidence about his safety. And when Macbeth asked that whether Banquo's children would get the or would rule in the kingdom, in reply to this question, the witches didn't give any clear response or reply. So in this way, this made Macbeth distressed and he cursed those three witches. So that's what we have discussed in our earlier lecture, and now we'll start further from this point. And now I am sharing the text from where we will start our textual analysis. Yes, so as you can see on the screen, that when Macbeth seeks some more information about Banquo and his children, then the witches reply, first witch show, second witch show, third witch show, all show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart. So all the witches said that show the grim spectacle of his eyes and fill his heart with grief. As you come like shadows, depart like shadows. So a show of 8 kings, the last with a glass in his hand, Banquo's ghost following. So when there is a show of 8 kings and these kings have a glass in his hands, and actually it is Banquo's ghost. So Macbeth, thou art too like the spirit of Banquo, down thy crown does seed mine eyeballs and thy hair. So as Macbeth sees the ghost of Banquo, he is terrified and he says that thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. So you are just like the ghost of Banquo. Down means disappear. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs and thy hair. So the crown that you wear burns my eyes and your hair. Unless the deed go with it from this moment, the very so thou other gold bound brows is like the first, a third is like the former. So Macbeth further says that you another crown king, you are just like the first one. Falthy hex, why do you show me this? A fourth, start eyes. What will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh, I'll see no more, and yet the eighth appears, who bears a glass which shows me many more. So in this way, all the 8 kings are appeared in front of Macbeth, and Macbeth doesn't feel comfortable in the presence of those 8 kings. Actually, these are the 8 spirits, and when Macbeth sees those spirits, he feels that these spirits are like the ghost of Banquo, and that's why he is very much frightened, and he wished to see no more such kind of things. The twofold bowls and treble scepters carry horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true, for the blood boitered Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. So Macbeth says that when I see these 8 kings, it is a horrible sight, and now I see it is true, because Banquo, with his blood smeared face, smiles upon me and points his fingers at them as his descendants. So, for the blood boited Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for his. So, this suggests that these 8 kings are actually the descendants or the generation of Banquo. What is it this so? First which, I sir, all this is so, but why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? So when Macbeth asks that what is the meaning of this apparition, then those witches reply that it shall be so, but why does Macbeth stand so wonderstruck? Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antique round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties this his welcome pay. So in this way the first witch is calling all other two witches, and she says that, come on sister, let us cheer him up and show him the best of our performances. So I will enchant the air to produce sweet music while you keep dancing in your fantastic ring. So we wish that this mighty king may be kind enough to say that we did our duties with loyalty. So in this way now apparitions and witches vanish. Macbeth, where are they gone? Let this pernicious hour stand accursed in the calendar. Come in without there. So when these witches vanished, Macbeth says that, where are they? Have they gone? So let this evil hour stand cursed forever in the calendar. Come in, who is there? So now there is one more character, and enter Lennox. So the other character is Lennox. Lennox, what is your grace will? Now Lennox asks Macbeth that, what does your majesty command? Macbeth, so you the weird sisters. So Macbeth asks Lennox that, did you see those witches? Lennox, no my lord. Macbeth, came they not by you? So Macbeth again asks to Lennox that, did they not pass by you? Lennox, no indeed my lord. Macbeth, infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. So Macbeth says that, may the air through which they fly be poisoned, and may all those who believe in them be cursed. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it come by? So I hear horses galloping. So who was there? Lennox, it is 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff is fled to England. So then Lennox says that 2 or 3 messengers. So these other people are no other than these are the messengers, and they have come to inform you that Macduff has fled to England. Macbeth, fled to England? Lennox, aye, my good lord. Macbeth, time thou anticipates my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is overtook. Now Macbeth is talking or thinking that time has anticipates my dreadful plan, means time has spoiled all my plan, and the purpose become useless. Now the purpose becomes useless and vanishes unless the deed is put into action. So unless the deed go with it, from this moment the very firstling of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. So from now I take pledge that every first thought of my heart will be executed by my hand first. So firstling here means the first thing or the first idea or the first thought. Whatever comes in my mind, it will be executed immediately. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be thought and done. And even now, what is conceived in my mind will be put into action at once. So the castle of Macduff I will surprise, says upon 5, and he also orders that I shall raid the castle of Macduff, and says upon 5, to the edge of the sword his wife, and I would murder his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. So I would murder his wife, his children, and all his kinsmen who unfortunately belong to him. No boastings like a fool. These deeds I'll do before this purpose cool. And now he says that I am not boasting like a fool, and I shall perform this deed before my purpose is cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come bring me where they are. And now he orders Lennox that I want to see no more sights to show by witches. Where are these gentlemen? Gentlemen here means the messengers. And he instructs Lennox to come and take them to me. They both go out. So in this way, this is the end of scene first of act 4th, and in that scene we discussed that Macbeth gets few more prophecies about his future, and at the end Macbeth is still not feeling secure about his future when he gets the news that Macbeth has fled to or run away to England. Then he decides that he would siege the castle of Fife where Macbeth lives, and he would kill his wife, children, and all other kinsmen who belong to Macbeth. So, in this way, the scene suggests that Macbeth has gone more cruel and more brutal in his thought as well as in his action. Thank you.